You hate your job. Every morning, the alarm goes off and a little part of you just breaks. You open your eyes and your first thought is, not this day again. You get ready, you start your commute, and every single minute feels like a punishment because you already know what's waiting for you. The same boss, the same tasks, the same cage. And here's the strange part, you still don't leave. Months turn into years, and you're still there. Why? Today, we're going to break down the psychology of why people can't quit a job they hate. It's not because they're weak. It's not because they don't want freedom. It's because their mind has installed invisible chains. Those chains feel like logic. Let's start with the lie you were sold. You were told, be grateful you even have a job. In this economy, you won't find anything better. Other people would kill for your position, and you believed it. So you started treating your dissatisfaction as a personal defect. You told yourself you're too demanding, too spoiled, too sensitive, that the problem is you. No, the problem is your mental programming. You're not trapped by circumstances. You're trapped by the way your brain interprets uncertainty, risk, and identity. Let's look at the first trait, fear of the unknown. Your current job is hell, but it's a familiar hell. You know the rules. You know the players. You know how to survive. This predictability gives you an illusion of control. But what happens if you quit? New place, new people, new expectations. And your brain starts generating horror movies. What if it's worse? What if I can't handle it? What if they realize I'm not as good as I look on paper? This isn't weakness. It's an evolutionary feature. For most of human history, the unknown meant danger. A predator in the bushes, starvation, death. Your nervous system is literally built to treat uncertainty as a threat. The problem is, your brain doesn't fully register that it's the 21st century. It reacts to the idea of quitting your job like you're about to jump off a cliff. So it keeps you in place even if that place is slowly destroying you. Now for the second trait, the sunk cost trap. You've already invested years, 3, 5, maybe 10, and you think, if I quit now, all that time was for nothing. I gave my best years to this company. I can't just throw it all away. This is one of the most powerful psychological traps on Earth. Economists call it the sunk cost fallacy. Continuing something harmful just because you've already put resources into it. It's like a gambler who's lost $1,000 and keeps betting, because stopping would force them to admit that the money is gone for good. But here's the reality. The time you already spent will never return. It's gone. The question isn't what you've invested. The question is what you're still willing to lose. Every single day you stay in a job you hate is a day you will never get back. It's not an investment. It's a bleed. Here's the frame you must internalize. Staying does not save the past. Staying only sacrifices the future. And the longer you stay, the more your brain will argue that you must stay because admitting you wasted all that time is painful. This is how people lose decades. These are just the first 2 chains. Make sure you subscribe so you don't miss it. Ever feel like you're chained to your job? Not with actual chains, but something heavier. Let's talk about 2 of those chains. The first one is identity. When someone asks who you are, what's your first response? Is it, I'm a manager, I'm a lawyer, I'm an accountant? Your job title has become your entire identity. The moment you think about leaving, it doesn't just feel like a career change. Your brain screams self-destruction. Because if you quit, who are you, really? It's an existential punch to the gut. Slowly, over the years, you forget who you were before this role. Your hobbies, your passions, your weird little curiosities, they all just faded into the background, replaced by a job description, that title you hold onto so tightly. It's not a badge of honor, it's a shield protecting you from the terrifying, bottomless question, who am I without this? And just thinking about it sends a jolt of panic through your system. But here is the truth. Your brain is fighting so hard to ignore. You are not your job. You never were. A job is something you do, not who you are. If the thought of losing that title makes you feel empty, it's not because the job gave you meaning. It's because it erased your identity and replaced it. And that replacement is the invisible force keeping you stuck right where you are. The second chain is an addiction to stability. That paycheck. It hits your account on the same day, every month. It's predictable. It's safe. It's reliable. Your entire life is built on that number. The mortgage, the car payment, the bills, the subscriptions, your family's needs. Everything is structured around that dependable income. So, the idea of leaving feels like jumping off a cliff into a black void. No guarantees, no schedule, no certainty. And that's when your mind goes into overdrive, bombarding you with catastrophic what-ifs. What if I can't find another job? What if the money runs out? What if I fail spectacularly? This fear isn't entirely irrational. We need money to survive. But here's where it gets dangerous. Your brain starts to overestimate the risk. It conjures up worst-case scenarios. You, broke, homeless, humiliated. This is your nervous system in full-blown survival mode. It's laser-focused on threats and completely blind to opportunities. It's a psychological quirk called negativity bias. Our brains are hardwired to give more weight to bad outcomes because, for our ancestors, missing a threat could be fatal. So you find 1,000 reasons to stay and conveniently ignore all the compelling reasons to leave. Now, let's be practical. If your finances are shaky, I'm not telling you to be reckless. This isn't about quitting tomorrow with no plan. But it's also not about staying forever in a place that drains your soul. The real goal is to shatter the illusion that your current stability is true safety. Because that safe job has hidden costs your paycheck doesn't cover. The constant energy drain. The slow decline of your physical and mental health. Your skills becoming outdated. Your confidence withering away. That slow, creeping numbness that kills your ambition. Stability can be a sedative. It numbs you, making you tolerate a reality you would never actively choose. And if you tolerate it for long enough, your brain just accepts it as normal, bath. And that's how the cage you're in starts to feel like home. Ever feel like you're stuck in your job? It's not just about the money or the routine. Two of the biggest locks on that cage are social fear and a lack of vision. Let's talk about the fifth trait of being stuck, the fear of judgment. What will people say? Your parents, your friends, your colleagues. He quit a good job. She couldn't handle it. He thought he was special. Social approval is a powerful drug. Your brain is wired to chase it because, historically, belonging to the tribe meant survival. Getting exiled meant death. Now, your parents aren't going to banish you into the wilderness, but your ancient brain doesn't know that it still experiences disapproval as an existential threat. So you stay. Not because you love the job, but because you're terrified of being labeled a failure. And here's the brutal irony. The very people whose opinions you fear don't live your life. They don't wake up with your dread. They don't sit in your chair or absorb your exhaustion. They'll comment, they'll judge, they'll give advice, and then they'll go right back to their own lives. Bye, and you'll be left alone with your choice and your regret. Then there's the sixth trait, having no alternative vision. You can't leave because you don't know where you'd go. There's no plan B, no target, no structure. You just have one thought: get me out of here. But that's not a direction. It's just an escape. And your brain knows it. It asks, okay, we quit. Then what? And you go silent. Because you've been surviving for so long. You've forgotten how to dream. You've been tolerating things for so long. You've forgotten what you actually want. You're just stuck in reaction mode. Emails, deadlines, weekends, repeat. You never ask the most dangerous questions. What if I could actually choose? What if money wasn't the main limitation? What if other people's opinions didn't matter at all? Without those answers, leaving feels like jumping into a void. And your brain will always prefer a known prison over an unknown freedom. So here's what's really happening. You're not just stuck in a job. You're stuck in beliefs about what's possible. You're stuck in narratives of fear. You're stuck in a state of identity confusion. These traits aren't defects. They're defense mechanisms. Your brain is trying to protect you, but it's protecting you from the wrong things. It's protecting you from growth, from change, from the life you actually deserve. Staying in a job you hate isn't safety. It's a slow death. The death of ambition, the death of hope, the death of the person you could have become. Every single day you stay is another day you choose fear over freedom, comfort over courage, and familiar pain over unknown possibility. So, how do you start changing it? Not tomorrow, not when the right moment arrives. Now, start with a single, strategic question. Write this down. What am I losing by staying here? Be brutally honest. Your time, your energy, your joy, your health, your self-respect, your potential. Then ask the next question. What could I gain if I leave? Be strategic, not just motivational. Escaping a cage doesn't start by kicking down the door. It starts by admitting you're inside one. You are not obligated to stay where you are not valued. You are not obligated to tolerate what breaks you. You are not obligated to live by someone else's expectations. You have the right to leave. You have the right to choose. You have the right to begin again even if it's frightening. even if no one understands. Because in the end, there is only one person who will live your life. Not your boss, not your parents, not your friends, you. And the question is not whether you can leave. The question is, how much more of yourself are you willing to lose before you do? If you're still here, still watching my videos, I just want to say something simple. Thank you. In this world of endless noise and constant distractions, the fact that you choose to spend your time here with me means more than you can possibly imagine. It means you're one of those rare people who wants to go deeper, who wants to question things, and who looks for answers inside yourself, not just on the surface. I am honestly so happy that there are people like you who share these interests, these questions, and this search for meaning. So, if you feel like this space resonates with you, please hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and maybe share this video with someone you know who might need it. Your support helps this content reach more people who are also quietly searching. Thank you for being here, really.